In the final days before the election, the stakes are higher than ever. Both parties are vying for support in swing states, and the candidates' final rallies are under intense scrutiny. But few expected the firestorm that erupted at Donald Trump's recent rally at New York's Madison Square Garden. What began as a typical campaign event quickly turned into a PR nightmare when one of Trump's speakers took the stage and shocked the crowd with a comment that seemed to mock Puerto Rico. This wasn't just an offhand insult. It was a barb that has rippled across social media, igniting a backlash that Trump's campaign may not have anticipated, especially from Latino voters. High-profile Latino celebrities, including Puerto Rican artists like Bad Bunny and Luis Fonsi, have fiercely responded, calling Trump and his rally speaker out for their insensitivity. To make matters worse, the timing of this inflammatory comment couldn't have been worse. Vice President Kamala Harris, campaigning alongside President Joe Biden, announced her plan to promote economic opportunities for Puerto Rico, a move aimed at addressing the very issues the island has grappled with since the devastating hurricanes in recent years. The stark contrast between the two candidates' approaches to Puerto Rico has captured public attention, leaving many wondering, will Puerto Ricans and Latino voters across the U.S. stand by a candidate whose campaign views their island as a floating garbage patch? This explosive controversy is yet another chapter in Trump's history of insensitive remarks toward Puerto Rico, casting a harsh light on his actions and inactions toward the island. As Election Day nears, this incident is poised to either cement Trump's support among his base or drive a crucial voting bloc away. Here's a closer look at the rally, the reaction, and what this could mean for the outcome of the election. The rally in New York, from high stakes to shocking missteps. As Trump took to the stage at Madison Square Garden in New York, a swing state that has proven pivotal in past elections, he seemed ready to energize his followers with his usual blend of brash statements and sharp criticism of the opposition. Trump has long fashioned himself as the populist candidate, keen to give voice to grievances and promises that resonate with his supporters. However, it was a different speaker who took the spotlight that night and stirred up outrage with a comment no one expected. One of Trump's rally speakers took the stage with a spirited, albeit divisive, speech. In a shocking attempt at humor, the speaker told the crowd, "There's a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah, I think it's called Puerto Rico." The crowd was initially silent before a ripple of uncomfortable laughter spread. Some in the audience may have laughed it off, but for millions of Puerto Ricans and those who understand the struggles the island has endured, the comment cut deep. As videos of the rally quickly spread across social media, it became clear that this wasn't just an isolated gaffe. It was a damaging moment that exposed a troubling attitude toward Puerto Rico among Trump's allies. The backlash. Bad Bunny and Luis Fonsi speak out. If Trump's campaign thought the comment would go unnoticed, they were sorely mistaken. Puerto Rican superstar Bad Bunny, whose influence reaches far beyond music, wasted no time in addressing the incident. The singer shared the rally clip on Instagram with his staggering 45 million followers, expressing his outrage and disbelief. Bad Bunny reminded his followers of the hardships Puerto Rico has endured under Trump's administration, particularly after Hurricanes Maria and Irma. "I will never forget what Donald Trump did and what he did not do when Puerto Rico needed a caring and competent leader," he wrote. "He abandoned the island, tried to block aid, and offered nothing more than paper towels and insults." To fully appreciate Bad Bunny's reaction, one must consider the weight of his influence. For many Latinos, Bad Bunny holds a similar cultural significance to Taylor Swift in the U.S. He's an icon whose voice resonates powerfully within the community. His statement didn't just express his personal indignation, it amplified the frustration and anger of millions who feel Puerto Rico deserves better treatment. Luis Fonsi, known worldwide for his hit song Despacito, also joined the fray. Sharing his own reaction to the rally clip, Fonsi called the speaker's comments una falta de respeto, a lack of respect. Like Bad Bunny, Fonsi's reach extends far and wide, especially within the Latino community. Together, the two artists' posts had a cumulative impact, reaching over 60 million people within hours of the rally. This kind of swift backlash from influential figures in the Latino community has the potential to galvanize voters in a way that few campaign messages can. A tale of two campaigns. Harris's plan for Puerto Rico. While Trump's rally sparked outrage, the Biden-Harris campaign seized the opportunity to highlight their commitment to Puerto Rico. On the very day Trump's speaker made the derogatory remark, Kamala Harris's campaign announced an ambitious plan aimed at revitalizing the island's economy and infrastructure. The proposal includes creating a federal task force to support Puerto Rico's economic development, rebuilding the island's energy grid, increasing access to housing, and investing in educational and health resources. These policies reflect an understanding of Puerto Rico's unique challenges and an acknowledgement that the island deserves as much respect and support as any state in the Union. In her campaign video, Harris explained, "Puerto Rico is home to some of the most talented, innovative, and ambitious people in our nation, and Puerto Ricans deserve a president who sees and invests in that strength." She outlined a vision that includes expanding bilingual education, modernizing Puerto Rico's healthcare system, and providing loans for Puerto Rican entrepreneurs. It was a stark contrast to the rhetoric coming from the Trump rally, a clash of priorities that didn't go unnoticed. Trump's long history of controversial comments on Puerto Rico. This isn't the first time Trump's attitude toward Puerto Rico has drawn criticism. During his presidency, his response to Hurricanes Maria and Irma remains a sore point for Puerto Ricans and their advocates. In the wake of the disasters, Trump's administration faced backlash for a delayed response and inadequate relief efforts. Infamously, Trump visited the island and tossed paper towels into a crowd, an action widely perceived as trivializing the crisis. Later, reports surfaced that Trump had tried to restrict aid to Puerto Rico, further alienating an already struggling population. This history isn't lost on Puerto Ricans, and it looms large in the current election. For many, the Madison Square Garden rally felt like déjà vu, a fresh reminder of Trump's apparent disregard for the island. Latino voters, the crucial swing vote. As Election Day approaches, Latino voters have emerged as a critical demographic that could sway the election outcome. With populations in swing states like Florida, Arizona, and Texas, Latinos have the potential to determine the next president. Despite Trump's attempts to court Latino voters by positioning himself as tough on crime and strong on economic issues, his administration's policies and rhetoric have often sent a different message. Comments like those made at the Madison Square Garden rally don't just alienate Puerto Rican voters, they risk alienating the broader Latino community, a demographic that Trump cannot afford to lose. The broader implications of Trump's campaign rhetoric. The derogatory comments at the rally serve as a stark example of how Trump's approach to leadership often seems more focused on division than unity. Beyond Puerto Rico, Trump's inflammatory rhetoric has repeatedly insulted entire communities and regions. In Michigan, he accused Kamala Harris of turning Detroit into a mess, drawing backlash from residents who view their city as a symbol of resilience. In Pennsylvania, he trashed Philadelphia, calling it a dangerous place where bad things happen, which didn't sit well with the tough, proud residents of Philly. In response, the Harris campaign quickly released ads emphasizing the strength and determination of these cities, countering Trump's insults with messages of empowerment. Detroit's ad underscored the city's commitment to hard work and resilience, while Philadelphia's ad reminded voters of the city's rich history and tenacity. These ads not only serve as campaign tools, but as reminders of the pride that binds communities together, pride that is often absent from Trump's rhetoric. With only days to go until the election, the incident at Trump's New York rally is a sharp reminder of the profound differences between the two campaigns. For Trump, the rally speaker's comment about Puerto Rico as a floating garbage patch may have seemed like a passing joke, but it's left a lasting impression on Puerto Ricans and Latinos who view it as yet another dismissal of their value and contributions. Meanwhile, The Biden-Harris campaign's proactive approach to Puerto Rico's challenges highlights a path forward based on inclusivity, respect, and genuine commitment to rebuilding. As Election Day approaches, the question becomes clear. Will Puerto Ricans, Latinos, and other voters across the country choose a leader who sees them as vital parts of the American story, or one whose rhetoric suggests otherwise? This election is about more than political affiliations. It's about values and the vision for a country that honors all its people, from the bustling streets of Philadelphia to the resilient communities of Puerto Rico. Now, the choice is in the hands of the voters.